Let's be real for a second about that beautiful wolf standing in your living room. Everyone says Siberian Huskies are intelligent, and they are absolutely right. But here is the catch. They aren't smart in the way you want them to be. They aren't like a golden retriever who lives to please you. No, a husky is smart like a cunning escape artist plotting a prison break. It's a pragmatic, wolf-like intelligence that comes from their history as sled dogs. They were bred to pull heavy loads and make independent life or death decisions on the ice. That stubborn independence is a feature, not a bug. It's deep in their DNA.
But that sharp intellect can be totally overwhelming if you're new to this. Here is the thing about huskies. If you lack authority or consistency, that clever mind will find every loophole in your house. They get bored incredibly fast. If you try repetitive drills, they will look at you like you're crazy. They are notorious for using their smarts to manipulate you. Seriously, they will train you if you aren't careful.
That means you have to be patient, firm, and inventive. Positive reinforcement is key, but you have to be strategic. Think of your husky as a transactional thinker. They need a good reason to listen, so pay them well.
Dealing with potty training is easily the most exhausting part of having a puppy. It's messy, it smells, and it's frustrating. It requires a massive reservoir of calm persistence. Even if you have the perfect schedule, mishaps are going to happen. It is just part of the learning curve.
But you have to realize something important. Your dog isn't doing this out of spite. They aren't peeing on your rug to make you mad. Usually, it's just a lack of communication or biological immaturity, or maybe something hurts. Let's look at the biology first. Physiologically, your puppy is basically a toddler. They simply do not have the muscles to hold it for a long time. There is a simple math formula for this.
A puppy can hold their bladder for 1 hour per month of life, plus 1. So take a look at the math. 2 months old plus 1 equals 3 hours maximum wait time. That is your hard limit. Demanding they wait longer than that isn't just optimistic, it's unfair. You are setting them up to fail. The most common reason for a mess is simple confusion. The training just hasn't clicked in their brain yet. Your husky hasn't grasped the absolute law that potty only happens outside. Here is the problem. Dogs are terrible at generalizing. They might understand that the living room is a no-go zone, but the guest bedroom? That looks like fair game to them. Solidifying this association takes patience. It takes hundreds of positive reps to turn a vague concept into a solid habit. Now, what if your dog was reliable and suddenly starts having accidents? Or what if your puppy just isn't getting better despite your routine? You need to stop and look for a physical ailment. Medical issues can trigger sudden incontinence out of nowhere. Things like UTIs, bladder crystals, or kidney problems create an uncontrollable urge to go. It could also be digestive distress from a virus or food intolerance. If they have loose stools, they physically can't wait. If you see these symptoms, go to the vet. A consultation is non-negotiable. Look, I'm going to shoot straight with you. Despite your best efforts, potty accidents are inevitable, especially in the beginning. It is just a standard part of puppyhood. You have to steel your mind for this reality. Don't lose your cool. Approach the cleanup with patience rather than anger. It's brutal, but you'll get through it. You need to start housebreaking the second that puppy walks through your door. I mean, literally, the moment they cross the threshold. The optimal window for learning is between 8 and 12 weeks of age. Right now, your puppy's brain is like a sponge. They are absorbing patterns and rules with incredible speed through imprinting. Because they are in this prime developmental stage, habits stick fast. Good habits or bad ones, they are locked in. Starting immediately sets the boundaries from day one. It stops them from thinking your rug is a bathroom. Housebreaking is an endurance test, I know. It can absolutely test your sanity. But starting early simplifies the journey significantly. If you delay this process, you are asking for trouble. Your husky will develop a preference for peeing on your carpet. That is a nightmare to correct later. Trust me on this. However, don't be too early. The best time to start formal training is around 8 weeks. Before that, they just don't have the bladder control or focus.
Since you have a husky, you know they love to be dramatic. Why not use that? Using a bell is a brilliant way to give them a tool to signal their needs. It replaces that ambiguous howling or pacing with a crisp, clear sound. Bell training is just teaching your puppy to ring a bell when they need to go out. To get started, go buy some durable bells. Huskies play rough, so get the good stuff. You'll need premium treats to pay your dog for their work, and you need a commitment to repetition. Pick bells that are clear but not loud enough to scare them.
Hang them on the door handle or put a service bell on the floor. First, we have to build the link. This strategy involves conditioning the husky to link the bell sound with the door opening. Initially, you ring the bell yourself every time you open the door. You are forging a mental connection. Next, get them involved. Encourage the puppy to touch the bell with their nose. When they do, reward that trick with a treat. Then, transition to rewarding them by opening the door.
Ultimately, you combine these steps. The dog must ring the bell to exit. They only get the jackpot reward after they successfully do their business outside. For placement, hang the bells on the doorknob you use most, or put the floor model right next to the exit. Just make sure your husky can reach it easily with their nose or paw. Now, you have to ritualize this behavior. Every single time you go outside, you must initiate the process. Ring the bells yourself. Give a specific command, like outside or potty time. Instantly open the door and escort them out. This consistent sequence is the key. It locks the association between the sound and the freedom to eliminate. For bell training to work, you need to follow the rules. Everyone in the house must be on the same page. Your response to the bell must be immediate. This is vital early on. You also have to teach the puppy that the bell is for potty trips only. It is not a toy. Huskies are clever enough to ring it just to go chase squirrels. If they ring it and don't potty, bring them back inside immediately. Don't let them play the false alarm game. Just when you think you're finally done cleaning up messes, boom, your husky decides the rug is the new bathroom. It's absolutely heartbreaking, I know. We call this the potty training regression period, and trust me, it's a totally normal bump in the road. It doesn't mean your dog is being spiteful or stubborn. Usually, it's just a sign that something is off physically, mentally, or in your routine. With huskies, it's almost always the teenage phase kicking in between 6 and 12 months. Their hormones go crazy, and they suddenly decide to challenge everything you say. It could also be stress, like moving to a new place or your work hours changing. Even a new baby can freak them out enough to cause accidents. Sometimes we're the problem because we give them way too much freedom before they're actually ready for it. If you let them wander unsupervised, they're going to make mistakes, and those mistakes turn into bad habits fast. Also, if you didn't scrub an old mess perfectly, that lingering smell is basically a welcome mat inviting them back. But before you do anything else, you gotta check for health issues. A sudden loss of control could be a UTI or something with their kidneys. It's crucial you hit up your vet first to rule out the medical stuff. If it's an infection, they literally can't hold it, so training won't help. Once the doc clears them, look at your own consistency. Honestly, us humans get lazy after a few dry weeks. We stop watching them like a hawk, or we stop carrying treats. We think they've got it, so we stretch out the potty breaks too long. That complacency is exactly what causes the breakdown. Fixing this is simple, even if it's annoying.
You just gotta go right back to the strict rules of puppyhood. Leash them up, go outside constantly, and use your command words. When they go outside, throw a party with snacks and praise. If they go inside, ignore it so you don't give them attention.
Clean it up with the right stuff and move on. Keep their routine boring and consistent to lower their anxiety. It feels like a massive failure, I get it, but this regression thing is almost always temporary. It might last a few days, maybe a few weeks. The only thing that matters is your calm persistence. You're just reminding your independent thinker that the house rules still apply. They'll get with the program eventually.
But hey, if you're doing everything right and it's still happening, don't be afraid to call in a pro or a behaviorist. Sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes on the situation.
Here is where so many people mess up, and it's vital you get this right. You have to clean accidents thoroughly, or you're just wasting your time. When your husky pees inside, they leave behind proteins and pheromones. That chemical marker basically screams at them to come back and do it again. The biggest mistake is grabbing the bleach or some ammonia cleaner from under the sink. Think about it for a second. Urine contains ammonia. If you clean a pee spot with an ammonia cleaner, you are literally refreshing the scent for them. To a dog's nose, you just highlighted the spot with a neon sign that says, "Potty here." You have to use an enzymatic cleaner that's made to actually eat those proteins. These things use bioenzymes to digest the organic mess and kill the odor completely. Without that specific chemical reaction, your husky's superpowered nose will smell the history of that spot. They'll think it's a designated bathroom, plain and simple. Even if you can't smell a thing, your puppy absolutely can. If you don't use the right cleaner, you're basically guaranteeing they'll do it again.
That first year is huge for building a dog you can actually live with. The American Kennel Club actually has programs to help you track this stuff, so you aren't just guessing. It's not just about a certificate, it's about having a roadmap.
First up is the STAR Puppy Program, specifically for the little guys under a year old. STAR stands for Socialization, Training, Activity, and Responsibility. It's not a scary pass or fail test. It's a 6-week class with an evaluator where you work on 20 distinct skills. It's about seeing progress, not being perfect. Then you've got the Canine Good Citizen, or CGC. This is like the gold standard for having a polite dog. It's all about the partnership between you and your husky. To get the title, your dog has to pass a 10-step test showing they can keep it together in the real world.
They got to ignore distractions, walk through crowds, and be nice to strangers. It's open to any dog, and it looks great on a rental application or for insurance. These programs are overseen by pros to make sure the training is legit.
Once you pick a potty spot, you have to make it crystal clear that this is the only place to go. The golden rule? You've got to pay your dog the second they finish. Use a marker, like a high-pitched, "Yes, good potty," right at that moment. Then immediately hand over a high-value treat. I'm talking boiled chicken or cheese, not some boring kibble. This creates a massive connection in their brain. They realize that peeing on that specific grass gets them a gourmet meal. Suddenly, a boring bathroom break becomes a paying job they want to do. But listen, timing is everything. This is a non-negotiable rule. You have 1 or 2 seconds to deliver the goods. Dogs live in the now. If you wait until you walk back inside to give the treat, they think they're getting paid for entering the kitchen. You really need the good stuff too. Dry kibble isn't going to convince a husky to hold it when they really gotta go. People always ask me about those indoor potty pads or wee-wee pads. Look, the decision is yours, depending on your life and your dog. But honestly, for a husky, it's rarely a good idea. These dogs are built for the outdoors. Pads might seem convenient when it's raining or you're lazy, but they usually cause huge headaches later. First off, it sends a super confusing message. You're telling the puppy it's okay to pee inside sometimes, which wrecks your goal of outdoor training. Plus, husky puppies are destruction machines. They don't see a toilet, they see a fun toy to rip to shreds and eat. That's a choking hazard you don't need. It also creates a surface preference. They get used to squishy pads and might start hating the feel of cold grass or snow. That makes switching to outside a nightmare. Now, are there times to use them? Sure, if you live in a high-rise and can't get down fast enough. Or maybe your pup isn't vaccinated yet and can't touch the ground outside. In those rare cases, use them as a tool, not a lifestyle. But for a tough breed like this, stick to the outdoors. Keep it simple so you don't confuse the heck out of them. People get this wrong constantly. If you react the wrong way, you're gonna make it 10 times worse. You gotta understand that these leaks are not potty training failures. It's not rebellion. They aren't choosing to do it. It's a body thing, purely physiological. Your dog isn't standing there thinking, I'm gonna pee on the floor on purpose. No way. They just lost control for a second because of big emotions. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's extreme joy. Let's talk about the submissive kind first. This is basically a peace sign. It's the dog's way of shouting, I'm not a threat. They're telling you, you're in charge, please don't hurt me. This comes from their wolfy ancestors. Puppies do it to show respect to the big dogs. It's a white flag of surrender. You usually see it when they feel intimidated or scared. Maybe you're scolding them. Then there's the excitement leak. Totally different vibe. Usually happens with puppies or teenagers. They get so pumped up and happy that their nervous system just misfires. It fails to regulate the bladder. The joy is just too intense. They physically can't hold it. It's messy, but it's honest. So, how do we handle these leaks? Rule number 1 is simple. Do not punish them, ever. Scolding just amps up the anxiety. It confuses them. You'll just get more pee. We want to prevent it, not punish it. Keep your greetings calm, low energy, boring. Ignore the dog until they chill out. Watch your body language too. Get down on their level. Scratch the chest or under the chin. That's less threatening. Don't loom over them like a giant. And for the love of dog, don't pat them on top of the head. Here's a pro tip for you. Do your greetings outside. If they leak, it hits the grass. No harm, no foul. We want to solve this for good, right? Boost that confidence. Use positive reinforcement. Give them something to do with their brains. If a mess happens, clean it up. Do it silently. Don't yell. We don't want to add stress. Use an enzymatic cleaner. You gotta kill that scent so they don't mark it again. Most of the time, they grow out of it. They get older, muscles get stronger, and they get more confident. Your job is to be the calm anchor. Just handle it. You're paving the way for success here. If they're grown and still doing it, or it's really bad, call a vet, rule out medical stuff, or hire a pro like me to help. Now, let's get into the history. You gotta know the backstory. To train a Siberian Husky, you have to get why they exist. The Chukchi people in Northeast Asia made these dogs. They are endurance sled dogs. They were bred to pull light loads, long distances, freezing cold, moderate speeds. They are independent thinkers. They had to be partners in survival. Their bodies and brains are built for one thing, to be resilient workers in harsh conditions. This isn't just history trivia. It matters right now. It defines your dog's temperament. It explains why housebreaking can be a headache. They are notoriously independent. They're stubborn. They run. They were bred to pull away from you. They scan the horizon. They don't circle you waiting for orders like a herder. Your dog lives indoors now, sure, but the spirit of that long-distance runner is still in there. It's active. You have to grasp this. It's crucial for dealing with that stubborn streak. They think for themselves. A husky doesn't feel the need to please you. They won't hold their bladder just to make you happy like a golden retriever might. You can't break their spirit. Don't even try. You have to channel that energy, use that independence, manage that crazy stamina and cleverness, direct them toward good stuff. Let's look at some key behavioral things. How you handle the accidents is everything. It's just as important as the rewards. This breed is dramatic. They are independent. Your reaction has power. You can solidify the bond, or you can instill fear. You can cause major setbacks. Let's talk about the interruption technique. You catch the puppy in the act, interrupt them instantly. Make a sharp sound, a firm Clap loud. The goal is to startle them, just enough to stop the flow. Don't terrify them. Immediately hustle them outside. Get to the designated spot. If they finish out there, reward them heavily. Throw a party. You have to realize something important. Your husky is not doing this to spite you. They aren't being defiant. They're just a young animal. They're learning the ropes. Maybe you missed the signal. Maybe they physically couldn't wait. Here is the no punishment rule. Listen to me closely. Never shout, never punish, never rub their nose in it. That is old school garbage. It only teaches them to hide from you. You'll create a closet pooper. They'll sneak behind the sofa. They'll go in the spare room. Why? Because they associate you with punishment. Not the location. Analyze and clean. Look at every accident as a data point. It's a chance to refine your strategy. Look at the context. Did you wait too long? Did you ignore the pacing? Did you miss the sniffing? Did it happen after a trigger, like waking up or playing? Stop it from happening again. Increase the outdoor trips. Watch the body language. Manage it with a calm interruption. Clean it with an enzymatic cleaner to kill the pheromones. Then tighten your schedule. Let's talk about the numbers for a second. There's this common rule of thumb people love. It's called the month-to-hour ratio. Even the big kennel clubs use it. The idea is simple. 2-month-old puppy? They can hold it for 2 hours. 4 months old? About 4 hours. It sounds great on paper, doesn't it? But here's the catch. Your husky didn't read the manual. Once they hit 9 months, the math gets shaky anyway. It's a loose estimate, not a biological law. Honestly, it's safer to just assume they can't hold it that long. Take them out way more than the math suggests. There are so many variables at play here. Sleep is a big one. They can usually hold it longer at night. That's because sleep slows down their metabolism. It suppresses that urge to go. But then look at their activity levels. High energy play sessions, those act like a turbo button for the bladder. If you're running them hard, they process water faster. Suddenly, that 4-hour window becomes 20 minutes. Diet matters too. A strict feeding routine creates a predictable poop schedule. It's just how the stomach works. Try pulling the water bowl a few hours before bed. It keeps the crate dry. But hey, keep an eye on their health. Sudden changes aren't always behavioral. If they're peeing tiny amounts constantly, see a vet. It could be a UTI, and that hurts. So capacity depends on food, health, and how crazy their day was. Age is the biggest factor, sure. Puppies just don't have the hardware to hold it yet. But you need a prevention mindset. Don't treat this like a contest. You aren't testing their bladder limits. That's dangerous. Escort them out before they're desperate. Holding it too long breeds infection. It's brutal. You have to build a rigid routine. It is the absolute foundation for this breed. Huskies are independent, and frankly, they can be stubborn. They thrive when they know the rules. They need to know what comes next. A solid routine teaches them the when and where. It cuts down the accidents. It gives them stability. You need to structure the whole day: sleep, play, training, food, bathroom. It all needs a specific slot on the clock. This actually regulates their digestion. It makes the bathroom trips foreseeable. Now, let's talk about input versus output control. Stick to set feeding times. It's vital. If they eat at the same time, they poop at the same time. It makes your job 1,000,000 times easier. Feed them 2 or 3 times a day. Same hour, every single day. Do not leave food out all day. That free feeding method, it's a nightmare for potty training. You can't predict a thing if they graze. Control the input, and you control the output. It's simple mechanics. Now, anchor your day with the 5 critical opportunities. 1. Immediately upon waking. I mean the second they stir. Don't make coffee, don't check your phone, carry them out. 2. Shortly after every meal. Eating triggers the system. A pup usually needs to go 10 to 30 minutes after the bowl is empty. 3. After every play or training session. Excitement increases bladder pressure. When the fun stops, go outside. 4. Before being left alone. Empty them out. It gives them a fighting chance to stay dry in the crate. 5. Right before bedtime. This is the last thing you do. Empty the tank for the night. You might want to keep a data log too. Just write it down for a few weeks. When did they eat? When did they play? When did they have an accident? You'll start to see the patterns. Stick it on the fridge. The whole house has to be consistent. If you're strict but your partner is lazy, the dog stays confused. You probably know this by now, but Siberian Huskies are loud, like notoriously expressive and vocal. Unlike those stoic breeds that suffer in silence, a Husky is actually going to tell you when nature calls. They do this through a weird little combo of physical cues and those signature sounds we all know and love. Consider these your immediate call to action, all right? The second you see them, you gotta guide that dog to the bathroom area instantly, no hesitating. Mastering the art of reading your puppy's unique language is basically the whole game here. It's a critical component of house training success. While the young puppies exhibit pretty obvious distress signals, older Huskies, they get subtle, like really subtle. You have to remain vigilant to prevent accidents. Here are several indicators to watch for. Intense sniffing. Watch for a sudden, determined investigation of the floor, because that's often the primary warning sign. If your Husky abruptly stops playing or walking just to put their nose down and track a scent across the floorboards, they are actively hunting for a toilet zone. It's not cute. Treat this as an emergency and take them out immediately. Circling. Now, this behavior is hard to miss, and it's deeply instinctual. Your dog might start turning in tight loops, focusing intently on one particular patch of floor. It's a ritual designed to trample down snow or tall grass to create a sanitary space in the wild. But in your home, if they lose interest instantly, their focus has likely shifted entirely to their bladder. Sneaking off. Huskies are independent and clever little devils. If they try to vanish into a spare room, behind a sofa, or under a table, an accident is likely imminent. This behavior demonstrates that they've moved past merely needing to go. They are now actively seeking a spot away from your gaze. Making eye contact and vocalizing.
This breed is famous for talking, right? They will use this trait to communicate needs. They might approach you, stare you down, and glance meaningfully at the door. This often comes with specific noises like a distinct woo, a whine, or a sharp yip. Listen closely. The urgency in a potty whine usually sounds distinctly different from a boredom whine. Nudging or pawing at you. When subtle hints fail, a husky may resort to physical demands. Look for them pushing you with their wet nose or clawing at your leg. This is their way of shouting, "Hey, I need your help." Squatting or posturing. All right, this is the final stage. Females will crouch low to urinate, while males will eventually lift a leg, though they usually squat as puppies. Both will hunch over distinctly to defecate. If you catch this happening, you have almost no time left. Act instantly to interrupt and move them. Upon spotting any of these behaviors, you must immediately intervene and rush your puppy outside. Although very young huskies may not communicate clearly in the beginning, they will eventually learn to signal you. Every dog is an individual, so keep an eye out for unique quirks your specific husky might develop. Look, it is widely accepted that positive reinforcement is the most effective, humane, and scientifically backed method for training any dog. This approach is essential for a breed as independent, intelligent, and stubborn as the Siberian Husky. The American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior strongly advocates for the exclusive use of reward-based training methods. Why? Because harsh, aversive techniques can cause serious psychological harm. Even the American Kennel Club states that positive reinforcement should be the foundation of all dog training. The Humane Society of the United States considers it a powerful and effective tool too. To succeed, you have to make it worth their while. Think of it as your dog's paycheck. You wouldn't work a difficult job without a salary, right? Well, a husky is unlikely to follow arbitrary bathroom rules without a compelling reason. High-value rewards. Your rewards must be incredibly high value, because dry kibble often isn't enough. Utilize premium snacks like boiled chicken, freeze-dried liver, or cheese cubes. Keep them strictly for successful outdoor. The prize concept. You want the prize to be so good that your dog is genuinely eager to hold their bladder until they are outside just to earn it. Timing. Always combine the food reward with excited, happy praise immediately after they finish. Your energy helps solidify the lesson. Punishment is not only cruel, but also counterproductive. Scolding, rubbing their nose in it, or yelling, that will damage the trust between you and your dog. It leads to fear rather than obedience. Scientific evidence supports this stuff. A 2020 study in the PLOS One journal confirmed the negative impact of aversive training. The data revealed that dogs subjected to punishments, like yelling or leash jerks, displayed higher stress behaviors. They actually possessed elevated levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, compared to those trained with rewards. Siberian Huskies are free-spirited dogs that need a leader they can trust, not a tyrant. Harshness often causes them to ignore you or become defensive. Building a relationship based on mutual respect is the most effective way to train them. Housebreaking is generally considered the most difficult aspect of puppyhood. It isn't a simple trick like shake or sit. It is a multifaceted ordeal that involves battling biology. You're bridging a communication gap with a different species and maintaining absolute consistency. The difficulty lies in fighting your husky's natural instincts and physiological development. Biological programming. A puppy is biologically programmed to eliminate the moment they feel pressure. They have no concept of indoor hygiene. Physical limitations. Their developing bodies lack the muscular and neurological maturity to wait for long periods. Surface preferences. Dogs develop surface preferences rapidly.
they decide that your soft carpet is the perfect toilet after only a few mistakes. Overcoming these urges to create a new outdoor habit requires patience and hundreds of successful repetitions. Success ultimately depends on the owner's dedication to supervision and routine. This process is exhausting. You must watch your puppy constantly, utilizing a crate or a leash feather, what we call umbilical training, whenever you cannot give them 100% of your attention. The schedule is grueling. It demands outdoor trips after every nap, meal, and play session, regardless of your own plans. This includes waking up for fatigue-inducing bathroom breaks in the middle of the night. Moreover, you must use an enzymatic cleaner to scrub every accident. Standard cleaners only mask odors to humans. They leave the pheromones behind that lure the dog back to the same spot. In summary, potty training is difficult because it is a clash of wills. It's a battle against nature and a test of endurance that challenges your resolve. However, understanding the magnitude of the task allows you to handle it with empathy. Know that your clever Siberian Husky will eventually master it with your steady guidance. Listen, the first step in this journey is choosing a permanent bathroom zone. You got to establish this from the moment you bring your puppy home. Guide them to this specific area immediately. Ideally, this should be a designated patch of yard outdoors. Creating a specific toilet area is a fundamental pillar of training for a creature of habit like the Siberian Husky. It reduces confusion for the dog. It makes cleanup easier for you, and it saves the rest of your yard from being ruined by urine burns or waste. The best spot is usually a simple area of grass, but there are factors to weigh. This is perhaps the most vital consideration. Pick a location that is quick to reach from your main door. Ensure this area is accessible regardless of the season, especially since Huskies love the snow. They may want to play rather than potty if the trek is too long. That's a disaster waiting to happen. This matters greatly. Most dogs naturally prefer grass. Its texture is soft underfoot. Plus, it retains the scent of previous visits, which triggers the instinct to go again. But other materials like wood chips or mulch can be effective. Pea gravel is another common option for dog runs. Since it drains well, it is simple to wash down too. Just verify that your Husky tolerates walking on the stones. For apartment dwellers with balconies, artificial pet turf is a viable modern alternative. Just provide it drains well and is easy to sanitize. When finalizing the location, try to ensure the spot has some cover from extreme weather, like driving rain or scorching sun. A secluded area helps a ton. Huskies have high prey drives. They are easily distracted by movement, like squirrels or people. Avoid placing the spot near busy streets or loud neighbors. Keep it away from your own social areas, like the patio. For a hyper-alert breed, too much stimulation can prevent them from relaxing enough to finish the job. You must keep this location consistent year-round. Do not rotate spots based on the weather. Puppies, like infants, arrive without any concept of bathroom rules. It is your responsibility to teach them that one specific place is for elimination. The house is a sanctuary. Because the environment is new to them, establishing these rules immediately is easier. They will accept them as the law of the land. Be firm and do not change the designated location. You should pick a consistent verbal command for going to the bathroom. Something like go potty or do business works great. To ensure your independent Siberian Husky understands exactly what is expected, select a cue that is short and unmistakable. Then refuse to deviate from it. When you arrive at the designated relief area, deliver the cue calmly and clearly right as they begin the act. It is vital that this phrase is always associated with positivity and encouragement. You must verify that every member of your household utilizes this exact same wording. If one person says, hurry up, and another says, go potty, your Husky will get confused.
They are prone to selective hearing and will simply tune you out. Consistency allows the word to become a trigger for the behavior.
If living arrangements or severe weather necessitate it, and you must utilize indoor pads for a Siberian Husky, there are several specific factors to weigh. Siberian Huskies are distinct from other breeds. They are medium-sized working dogs with a penchant for digging. They have a talent for destruction if bored. So you need a sanitary solution that can withstand their claws and high energy levels. Because they produce a significant amount of waste, you must opt for extra large sizes. These offer superior liquid retention to prevent overflow.
Durability is paramount here. A husky's instinct to dig or shred snow-like materials can turn a flimsy pad into confetti in seconds.
Plus, effective scent neutralization is required to keep your living space fresh. While they are clever enough to learn where to go, their stubborn streak is real. They might decide a low-quality pad is a toy rather than a bathroom. Below are the most appropriate indoor options for your husky, sorted by category. Heavy-duty disposable pads. These are a practical option for huskies. Provided they offer maximum surface area and high-volume retention, they work well. These products provide a hassle-free experience, since you can simply throw them away. That guarantees hygiene and minimizes mess. But their recurring financial expense can add up. The environmental footprint is significant too. You must monitor your dog closely. Some huskies may attempt to chew or shred them if the material feels fun to destroy. Washable potty pads. These offer an eco-friendly and cost-effective solution. They are being more durable and resistant to shredding. Their resistance to tearing makes them an excellent match for a husky's digging claws. The reusability offers substantial savings over the dog's life, but you must be prepared for the higher upfront price tag. It also involves the chore of regular laundry cycles. To avoid permanent smells settling into the fibers, a rigorous washing routine is non-negotiable.
Innovative potty solutions. For a primal breed like the Siberian Husky, utilize real grass or bark patches. These provide textures that appeal to their natural instincts. That can accelerate the training process and manage odors effectively. But these sophisticated setups usually involve a steeper initial purchase price. They demand consistent sanitation maintenance. Organic components like grass patches will eventually die and require replacement. By recognizing the destructive capabilities and specific habits of your Siberian Husky, you can select an indoor sanitation method that protects your floors and accommodates your dog's needs.
For a pack-oriented, high-energy breed like the Siberian Husky, socialization is not just about making friends. It is a foundational element of a balanced temperament. Because Huskies possess a formidable prey drive, early and frequent exposure to the world is vital. It is the primary defense against them becoming reactive. It stops them from being predatory towards smaller animals. It also helps prevent separation anxiety. A well-socialized husky matures into a confident, poised companion. They can distinguish between a playful interaction and a threat. You must carefully orchestrate positive introductions to strangers, other dogs, and diverse environments. But safety is paramount. Transport them to secure locations where they can process novel auditory and visual stimuli. Do this without the risk of bolting. That is a common trait in this independent breed. Avoid chaotic environments, like dog parks, until your husky is fully immunized. More importantly, wait until they possess a reliable recall, since huskies are notorious for selective hearing. Skipping the dog park in the early stages prevents bad habits from forming. Instead, focus on desensitizing them to domestic noises like vacuums. Get them used to urban sounds like sirens to prevent skittishness during potty walks. While exposure benefits all dogs, it is critical for huskies. Their friendly nature requires cultivation, but their predatory instincts require management. Consistent, positive social experiences teach them boundaries.
This prevents excitement from escalating into frantic jumping or pulling on the leash. Do not flood them with stimuli. Plan specific, enjoyable encounters. Always act as your puppy's advocate. Do not let pushy strangers or aggressive dogs frighten them. The golden window for this learning is within the first few months. Crucially, ensure your puppy has completed their initial vaccination series before interacting with unfamiliar dogs to avoid health risks like parvovirus. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. Nighttime is where the battle is won or lost. You need a strategy that is strict, structured, and honestly, a little bit rigid if you want to save your sanity. We have to teach this puppy that nighttime is for sleeping, not for partying or doing their business on your rug. The secret sauce here is creating a boring, predictable evening ritual that happens every single night. You've got to cut off the food and water supply about 2 hours before you want to go to sleep. This dry period is absolute magic because it stops the bladder from filling up while they snooze, which means you aren't waking up to a wet crate. As you get to that final hour before bed, you need to kill the vibe in the house. Stop the wrestling, stop the fetch, and shift that energy from high-octane crazy to calm relaxation. It brings their metabolism down and tells their little body it's time to crash. You absolutely need a crate for this. It is non-negotiable for night training. For the first few weeks, drag that crate right into your bedroom next to your bed. Huskies are pack animals. They want to be near you, and being close comforts them so they don't freak out. Plus, it lets you hear them if they start whining or scratching, which usually means they genuinely have to go. Now, here is the hard truth you have to accept about biology. An 8 to 12-week-old puppy physically cannot hold their pee for 8 hours. It's just not happening. You are going to have to interrupt your own sleep to take them out, and it's gonna suck, but you have to do it. For the first 2 weeks, don't wait for them to cry and wake you up in a panic. Be proactive. If you hit the hay at 11 p.m. with a tiny 8-week-old puppy, they are gonna last maybe 3 or 4 hours max. Set your alarm for 2:30 a.m. for a preemptive strike and get them out before the accident happens. This controlled little trip keeps the bedding dry and saves you from doing laundry at 3 in the morning. Here is the most important part. Keep these trips boring as dirt. Keep the lights low, don't talk to them in a happy voice, and do not play. Take them out, let them pee, and put them straight back in the crate. You are reinforcing the idea that nighttime is strictly for sleeping, not for hanging out with you. Before you even bring that fluff ball home, you need to get your gear sorted so the transition is smooth. Go fill up your pantry with high-quality puppy kibble because Huskies are notorious for having sensitive stomachs. You want heavy-duty stainless steel bowls, and you need to buy a sturdy crate that's going to act as their den. But listen, the most crucial thing you can buy is a high-quality Enzymatic cleaner. Do not skip this. Regular household cleaners just mask the smell to us humans, but your dog has a super nose. Enzymatic cleaners actually eat the uric acid crystals and break them down, so the dog can't smell their old mistakes. If they can smell it, they will pee there again to mark the spot, so get the right cleaner. When you go outside, get a harness. Don't just use a collar. Huskies were bred to pull sleds. That is their job. And if you put a collar on them, they can damage their trachea when they lunge. A harness gives you way better control and keeps them safe, which is what we want. Clip on a strong leash and make sure they have a clear ID tag just in case. Since this breed gets bored easily and destroys things when they do, stock up on tough chew toys and puzzle feeders to keep their brains busy. You also have to secure your home, like really lock it down. Puppy-proof everything by hiding electrical wires, tossing toxic plants, and locking up your cleaning chemicals. Your yard needs to be like Fort Knox because Huskies are escape artists. They will jump over high fences or dig right under them if you aren't looking. Go check your perimeter and fix any weak points you find. Inside the house, use tall baby gates to make a puppy zone so you can watch them constantly. If you can't see the puppy with your own eyes, they need to be in their crate or a safe pen. The first few weeks are a big deal. Build a rock-solid daily timetable for their meals, potty trips, exercise, and naps. Routine is what gives a husky stability. Start socializing them immediately to build confidence, and get going on obedience training with really good treats. Sign up for puppy classes early, not just for the commands, but to channel that crazy energy and intelligence into something good.
I tell people all the time, patience and consistency are the twin pillars of success. These aren't just nice words, they are non-negotiable for you as an owner. Shaping the behavior of a Siberian Husky is a massive commitment because, let's be honest, they aren't hardwired to please you like a golden retriever. They are independent thinkers. A Husky is usually looking at you and asking, "What's in it for me?" before they do anything. A specific puppy might need you to repeat things way more than you expect before it clicks. You are going to face resistance, and you're going to get some talking back where they howl and woo-woo at you. There will be accidents, and it's messy. You must not lose your temper. Scolding a Husky for an accident they had 5 minutes ago is useless. They literally won't make the connection and might just start hiding from you when they need to pee. You have to stay rock steady. It is imperative that every single human in your house follows the exact same rules. If mom says no couch, but dad says come on up, the Husky will exploit that inconsistency immediately. Training is a developmental journey, a marathon, not a sprint. Every Husky is on their own timeline, so don't compare them to your neighbor's dog. The foundation of a good dog relies on your ability to stay patient when you want to scream. The energy you put in right now prevents you from having a destructive nightmare of an adult dog later. Clap for the little wins. Training is just an ongoing conversation between you two. Your dedication is eventually going to pay off with a brilliant, devoted best friend. Before we go on, let's tackle the questions I get every day. Is crate training cruel? Is it really required? According to the American Kennel Club, the crate is one of the highest-rated potty training tools because dogs are clean animals and don't want to soil where they sleep. The Humane Society and pretty much every vet I know agrees that crate training is essential, as long as you don't abuse it. The system works by using the dog's old-school denning instinct. Huskies are shockingly clean. They honestly groom themselves like cats, and they have a biological urge to keep their den clean. The crate triggers this instinct and teaches them to hold their bladder until you let them out. Here is a pro tip. Use a crate with a divider panel. If the crate is too big, the puppy will just pee in one corner and sleep in the other, which defeats the purpose. Adjust the space so they only have room to stand up, turn around, and lie down. The crate is versatile. It's for sleeping, for safety when you leave, and for when you can't watch them like a hawk. This management prevents messes on your carpet and stops them from chewing your drywall. Arguably, the crate is the most potent weapon in your arsenal for potty training a Husky. But listen to me, humane use is paramount. The crate is for safety. It is never, ever for punishment. Locking a puppy up for hours on end is cruel, and it actually backfires. It forces them to pee on their bed, which destroys that den instinct we are trying to build. If you work a 9 to 5, you cannot leave a puppy crated that whole time. You have to get a dog walker, ask a neighbor, or use doggy daycare to break up the day. Housebreaking is one of the first things you do, and it's one of the most taxing challenges you will face. In reality, there is no fixed end date, because every Husky is different. It is a multifaceted thing that can drive you crazy, especially since Huskies have that stubborn streak. Anticipate that it's going to take 4 to 6 months for your Husky to get reliably house-trained. However, getting to that level of trust where they don't need supervision and they tell you when they gotta go, that might take closer to 8 months or even a full year. This timeline is fluid. Some Huskies are smart and eager, while others mature super slowly.
Be ready for adolescent regression around the 6 to 10 month mark, where a dog that was doing great suddenly seems to forget the rules. This is totally normal. It's just a phase. Your consistency is the deciding factor here. If you stick to a strict schedule, watch them like a hawk, and give them the good treats the second they pee outside, it goes faster. If you are inconsistent, you are just confusing your husky and dragging this whole thing out. To summarize, do not be disheartened if your husky isn't perfect by 6 months. Reaching that stage of, I don't have to worry about it, is a marathon. It often takes the better part of a year to fully cement, but you'll get there.